Hey, what's up, guys? Ian here. Sorry for the delay. I only have 2 vaults, but I will be talking about, the season, since it's a new season and the vaults were kind of pointless. So I didn't really do much last week, to be honest. Talk about the new season, and I was going to look at my Raider.io summaries on a couple characters just for fun, and maybe you'll find that interesting. If not, feel free to just skip this one and tune in next week when I have new vaults with the new loot tables. So yeah, this is going to be maybe more of a briefer edition where I maybe ramble more if you are into that kind of stuff. So my Warlock, I was going for a chest. I ended up having to just buy a crappy, the Sandworn Relic chest to convert it to finally get my 4-piece last week. And I continued to grind for one that was upgradable while watching Netflix again. So I should have lots of options, but they're going to be low-level options. And they're going to be pointless because it's season 4 now. Oh, I only had 1. Interesting. I could have sworn I had more. So again, as you can see, the numbers are gone on here. It's no longer upgradable. It no longer says, Mythic 10 or Mythic 15 or whatever. It just says Mythic. It's from last season. It is pointless. So this is also pointless. These coins, I'm pretty sure are pointless. Yeah, see, the coins are, grayed out on the top. They are just vendor fodder for now. So I have this appearance, but not from this item. Or 2k gold. So I guess 2k gold. This is from Tazavesh, so I could get this appearance this season because Tazavesh is still in the rotation. So that's cool for me as a collector. Let me sell these 6 tokens. So 6 tokens, 6k gold. Probably could have gotten more gold had I spent them last season instead of waiting until now. Because it's my understanding that this has about 4k. So I could have gotten 8k versus 6k. I mean, you're just super min-maxing at that point. But yeah, as you can see, I did a dungeon this week. I did one of my friends. We, first couple days of the patch, we just did some low keys like 5s and 6s and stuff just to get a feel for it. And a couple friends came back after a long break, so we didn't want to do anything too crazy. And Destro is, still pretty strong. I know they said they were going to nerf it, but they did nerf it. But in my level of play, the nerf, kind of means nothing. It's more so targeted at the super top end keys and the super top end players. So from my perspective, the nerf to survival and to Destro Warlock are extremely, extremely minimal, extremely negligible. So I personally didn't notice any difference, honestly. Again, I think that was more targeted towards people who are doing like 25s and 30s and pushing like cutting edge like 32s and stuff. That I'm sure they'll notice the nerf, but for me, no. I mean, I just do 15s, maybe the occasional, 16, 17, 18, that's about it. I did some 20s back in BFA, but I haven't done any in Shadowlands, and I don't know if I will or if I won't, who knows. This season honestly is looking like they're going to be fairly simple. I only say that because it's week 1 and people are already pushing 20s and stuff in the group that I play with, so I don't think they'll be that hard once you get 30 more item levels of gear. So by the end of the season, I'm sure a lot of people will be doing probably their highest keys they've ever done for personal bests. Whether or not that translates again to the highest end, I'm not sure, but a lot of people will be doing very high keys for themselves. Sick. Again, 2k gold or a neck that is kind of just worse. Yeah, so I mean, it would have been a fantastic neck had I gotten it 6-8 weeks ago, I could play around with it. But not anymore. Not anymore. Oh, and that neck will never exist because, as we mentioned, as I mentioned, the rotation is now different. You'll now see, you'll get Mechagons, front and back, Karazhan's, top and bottom, and 2 WAD dungeons, the 2 that are in Gorgrond. Iron Docks and Grimrail. So you'll get these 2. So there are only, I think that also means there's only 8 dungeons, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's only 8 dungeons now instead of 10. So there's less dungeons. Double Tazavesh, double Karazhan, double Mechagon, and then the 2 WAD ones. So 8 dungeons, and if you're curious how to get to those without, solving a math problem of how to teleport efficiently across the entire of Azeroth, you just come upstairs here, next to the Flight Master. So here's the usual Flight Master in Orboz. Same place you've always gone. And right here are the new portals. Mechagon, Karazhan, Gorgrond. So don't worry about using Garrison Hearthstones. Don't you worry about buying portals for mages or having to use Dalaran Hearthstones and trying to triangulate where you're needing to go. You literally just come upstairs and you just click on the portal. I will say though, it's kind of annoying. I will show you right now. You go to Mechagon, for example. This is true for all 3. This is true for all of them. There is no portal back. So if you're like, all right, yeah, we're going to Mechagon, oh crap, I need to get something out of my bank, or I need to, who knows what, you need to go back to Orboz for some reason. There is no portal back to Orboz. You have to Hearth. You have to Hearth, or I guess if you have a mage in your party, get a portal. It's a one-way ticket, which I think is kind of dumb. They should have put, maybe right behind the stone, maybe another portal just to Orboz or something. Kind of weird that it would be a one-way portal, but it is what it is. So as you can see, Mechagon's on and popping. So yeah, there's new dungeons. I've done all of them this week. Again, nothing too crazy. The highest key I've only done this week was like a 13. I'm hoping to maybe get some 15s today and tomorrow, and I guess into Monday for the juicy vaults, so I can start off the season with some 15 vaults, max item level vaults right off the bat. It would be amazing. So we'll see if that comes to fruition or not. I have a couple friends that did come back, but they are not playing. Like, they came back, they played for like patch day, and then I played like a little bit yesterday, and then I haven't seen them otherwise. So I don't know if they're back or if they're just kind of gonna dabble. So I don't quite have a super solid group at the moment. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to be social and talk to strangers. Ugh. All that stupid stuff. But we'll see. I should be able to at least get a couple of 15s for you guys for Tuesday. Another thing that's kind of annoying, let's say, I don't know how to do this without like baiting people, but let's say you go and list your group in the group finder and people start applying. Your score is reset, and the Blizzard version does not show the previous season's score. So everyone you see is going to be, 0, 500 rating, 1,000 rating. Whereas if you have the Raider IO add-on, or you've used the Raider IO add-on in the past, you know that it always shows the previous season's score as well. So you kind of have a gauge like, well, yeah, there's 0 rating now, but I mean, last season they were amazing. So I'll invite them. But now it's kind of like everyone has 0 score, and there's no way to know if they were good last season. So that's a little annoying. You kind of have to re-download an add-on if you're trying to gauge people's performance from the past. I wish Blizzard would have that. Maybe like an all-time highest on that character, or all-time highest on your account. That would show in addition to current. I think that would be good. Maybe it would be bad. I don't know, but starting every character from 0 every season without any indication of like, yeah, I've done Mythic Plus before. I'm not starting out from scratch would be nice. Because right now, this first week and going into, the first couple weeks, it's going to be a total crapshoot unless you, again, look everyone up or you download more add-ons. But I'm of the mindset you should want to minimize your add-ons. You should it's a video game. They should have everything that's needed in the game. All these other games, you don't need a million add-ons to play Fortnite. You don't need a million add-ons to play League of Legends. So why do you need a million add-ons to play World of Warcraft? It's kind of annoying. So that is annoying from my perspective. Otherwise, the new dungeons are fine. I think Mechagons are actually pretty easy. I will say that Karazhans are pretty hard. And the WoD dungeons are kind of average, if I had to give my personal opinion. And I've seen some theories as to why that is. Some are saying, Karazhan is just legitimately overtuned and it needs a nerf, which might be true. Some people are also saying, Legion dungeons were 4 or 5 years ago now at this point, so maybe you just assume that it's going to go smooth because you've done it in the past, but you don't realize how rusty you are, which is also fairly valid. And then another good point of, the people in your group, who's to say that they played World of Warcraft 5 years ago? Maybe they're seeing Karazhan for the first time, and that's also a good point. I know a lot of people who I've met who I've only known since Shadowlands, so they might have started in Shadowlands. They might have never even done Mechagon before. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your groups, that you may have to relearn the dungeons or you may have to learn them for the first time. Especially the WoD ones, Iron Docks and Grimrail, because those were current in a time before Mythic Plus even existed. So there's never been a precedent for how those operate in a Mythic Plus environment. So I'm sure those will get changed with, adjusting maybe the count percentages or maybe adjusting some of the tuning for it to scale, because those dungeons have never scaled before, stuff like that. So I do see, obviously, some tuning will happen. I think that's normal and fair, but some people are saying there's going to be like sweeping major nerfs. I don't know if that's true. It might be. I guess we'll see. There is some bugs with the new quest. When you do a dungeon, when you do the raid, the new Fated Raid, there's a quest you get. I haven't done it yet on this character, where you kill bosses. Some bosses are not giving credit towards the quest. That is a known bug that they have said they will fix, so don't freak out. Blizzard is aware and they're working on a way to fix it. We'll see what happens with that. So if you're doing the quest, the raid quest, and you've killed all 10 Castlanathria bosses, but your quest only has credit for 9, you did not mess up. It is a known bug glitch in the game, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to the season. I will, show I'm going to add a couple more characters to the mix, because why not? I hate free time, apparently, so I'm going to add more characters to my Mythic Plus list. So we have the Mage. I'm doing him again, obviously. I'm going to keep who I was doing. I'm going to add to them. So Mage, Survival Hunter, Healy Shaman, Tanky DK, Tanky Demon Hunter, Destro Warlock, then the Monk, probably Healy Monk, maybe Windwalker, still kind of haven't decided. Resto Druid, and Prop Pally. So that's the returning characters. And then the new ones entering the mix. I'm gonna go Prot Warrior. I guess I logged out in Fury, but I'm gonna go Prot Warrior. They got a couple of buffs this patch or this season, so they're looking pretty juicy, and I've always liked Warrior, so I'm gonna add him back into the mix, so that should be fun. Shadow Priest also got some buffs, again looking pretty good, so I'm going to throw him back into the mix. And then last but not least will be, oh yeah, I used one of my boosts. Isn't this cool? Don't I look like Sylvanas? Isn't this cool? RP, guys. I got the dark the Dark Elf gear from the quest line, and I got her eyeballs, and I got the Zod's repeating longbow, and see, I look just like Sylvanas. I need to make one, another one that's like a Jaina, and I need to make a full RP squad. But no, I'm not playing this guy. I'll be playing Rogue. I'm going to add Rogue back into the mix. I'm going to go combat or outlaw. God, I'm never going to get used to saying that. I'm going to be combat Rogue forever. I'm even going to probably play combat in Wrath of the Lich King Classic, because that was a ton of fun back in the day. That was when I started, so I have super nostalgia rose-tinted glasses for Wrath of the Lich King. But yeah, throwing Rogue into the mix, and I think that's yeah, that's all of them, right? Yeah, that's everything. So one of each. It'll be a big time commitment today. It shouldn't be that much. Do one dungeon at least 12 characters. I guess the time commitment is having 12 characters capable of doing High Mythic Plus. But again, these are all characters I've had. It's one of those things where if you have them always leveled and always like just some baseline of gear, then each patch you're only moving these characters a little bit. It's not like, oh, I'm going to make a rogue and I have to start from level 0. I have to do everything. No, I've already had these characters. They were already kind of little side projects, so it's really not a huge jump for me, because I've always had alts. So it's always kind of just every expansion I'm just kind of inching up. It's never been like, again, starting from scratch and I have to do everything. So luckily I've already had a bunch of people ready to kind of jump into the fray. So, wow, I guess this won't be a short video. Sorry if people like short videos, but I honestly prefer long form videos, so you can go fuck yourself, because this is my video. So we are going to talk about my season recap on a couple characters. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this worked for all that. And so, first off, just happens to be my main marked on the Raider.io website. If you're trying to get here, it is raider.io /SL Shadowlands SL3 -review. I guess I can put a little I'll put a little piece of text when I edit this, so you can go to the link yourself and kind of do your own research on your own character. So how you do this, you log into your Raider.io account, which I am. You link your Blizzard account, which I have. It's safe, in my opinion. You know, I'll say it's safe. I've never had an issue, so take that for what you will. Choose your main character. So I am currently chosen my shaman, my Healy shaman. He is my highest rating for last season, so I'm going to start with him. I have not done this yet, so it's going to be a surprise for all of us. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing that pops up, or hopefully it even works, because it technically ended a week ago. So throughout the season, you've grouped with everybody. Sick. Oh wow, I didn't raid with everything. Interesting. There were 12 specs I never raided with. Wow. That's actually surprising, because on my shaman, I was legitimately in a raiding guild for Nathria and Sanctum. So that's really surprising that I legitimately raided full-time and didn't play with 12 of the specs. Okay, interesting. The least played spec was Affliction Warlock, and the most common spec was Holy Priest. Resto, I mean, does that include me? I am the Resto Shaman. So yeah, this kind of checks out. Affliction Lock, Assassination Rogue, Arcane Mage were all pretty, and Arms Warrior, these were all pretty. They weren't necessarily bad, but you know, Holy was just better. Fury was just better. Fire Frost were just better. Subtlety was way better. Destro was way better. So this makes sense. Cool. Party hat. Yay. Wow, my most geared character. Oh, like, is this a season-wide thing? Do I not have to do it on multiple characters? I guess not. Huh. Maybe I won't have to show multiple characters. Maybe this is for your whole account. But okay. Over the course of the season, my biggest leap in gear was 35 item levels. My hunter was the worst because I neglected him and switched him to survival. My mage, my boy, my main was ended at the top, so I'll take that. Oh yeah, my Death Knight took the lead for a week here. Why are these? Oh, there was no change, so they're kind of grayed out. So my mage was always my most geared, except for 1 week. He fell behind. Interesting. The biggest, why do they have a background that clashes with the text? What the fuck? So I replaced my biggest jump in item level was 58 item levels for 1 item. PvP, old season PvP trinket to a vault highest item level trinket. Or only, oh wow. Wait, you've defeated 4 raid bosses across all difficulties. 3 on heroic and 1 on normal. What does that mean? Oh, this is only for Sepulture. Yeah, this is only for Sepulture, so okay, yeah. I didn't raid this season, so that makes sense. I guess I pugged these at some point. Yeah, I did. I tried to get that Cache of Treasure trinket. Yeah, so this is your whole account, because I did not do that on my shaman. So, and then I tried to get the gavel, and I realized it was pointless. And then this was to get the skip for Synthesis Forge crafting item, because I'm a mount whore. Interesting, okay. Okay, so I guess that's interesting. On average, Mythic Raiders only kill 18 bosses across every difficulty, whereas Heroic Raiders kill 25. So I guess Heroic Raiders are more willing to kill bosses on varying difficulties, where Mythic Raiders maybe only do Heroic and Mythic, whereas Heroic Raiders might dabble down into normal. So that makes sense. Cool. Interesting. Total... God, what? This is not a good choice of color, man. Maybe my eyes are... Maybe it's just my eyes are bad. I don't know. Total live tracked pulls for your first boss kill on each difficulty. What boss did you have the closest wipe on your first kill? Okay, I did not know that. I do not remember being this close. I do not remember being 2 crits away from killing Jailer on my first heroic. The highest key you timed each week across the season. So I started the season with a 5. I guess I got lazy and I ended with a... Why does it not... Why does it keep jumping? What the hell is going on? Who knows? 2 weeks later, I did a 16, was my highest. A little bit later, I did 17, and then I did a 19, and then that was kind of my cap. So I topped out at a 19. Not because I'm not able to, but like, I just didn't feel like it. I could totally do 20s all the time. No, it was, this actually wasn't very hard, but again, I was playing with some very good people. So hats off to them. They did most of the work. I probably could have continued to do higher keys, but it was kind of like, what's the point? I don't know. I put my time into other things in the game, collecting mounts and pets and achievements and titles and all that stuff, especially as Shadowlands is ramping down. I want to get as much stuff done when it's current so I don't have to come back. I'm trying to make my laundry list as small as possible so when Dragonflight comes I can just focus on Dragonflight. So that go away. Altaholic. Yep. Okay. I did all 12 classes at least once. Makes sense. Oh, I missed a couple specs. There were a couple specs I didn't play. I guess this is just this season, yeah, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't play Arcane this season. What else? I wish they would show you what you didn't play. That's kind of annoying. I didn't play Holy. I didn't play... No, there's Assassination. I didn't play Subtlety. Okay, interesting. My most played, most keys ran was on my DK, then my healer shaman, then my tank. Okay, that all makes sense. I guess this would be my most keys, because, yeah, I guess you'd have to add them. Well, that's kind of annoying. Top comp. Yeah, this was the group that we did the 19 on. So as you can see, I was the Ellie in this situation instead of the healer. So this was a fun group. It was a fun group. Pretty good group too. Not really super optimized, you know. Maybe this would be a demon hunter to give 2 people or 3 people really the magic buff. The physical damage buff doesn't really do anything, but again, who cares? So low keys, this was the most popular comp. Interesting. Beastmaster, interesting. Mid keys, this was the most popular comp. Marksman, interesting. High keys, yeah, high keys, this all makes sense. Okay. Most run dungeons. 1, 2, and 3 stars are denoted by all this and depletes. Plaguefall, yeah, that makes sense. Trying to get the freaking weapon on my demon hunter. Whoa! Holy moly! 3,000ths of a second. That's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. And then, ooh, timing a key was 70. Almost 71% left on the timer, 70% faster than it needed to be. That's pretty crazy too. I only did 3 cutting it close keys. Interesting. My IO score evolution looks like it topped off. Yeah, last month or so. Didn't really do much with my IO. Some decent gains here. Yeah. 27, 26, 27. Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty good, 750 in 1 week. I did a lot of keys that first week then. I don't think I'll get to this much this week, especially if I'm spreading it across different characters. Whoa, I did 373 dungeons? Whoa, I did 7 days worth of Mythic Plus? I did not feel like I did that much Mythic Plus. I was, again, mostly just doing my single vault key, maybe 2 vaults keys. Or like 4 dungeons, 4 2 vault choices. Wow, that is actually pretty shocking. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. Hot take. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. Sorry. I'm sure some of you turned off the video immediately. Wow, I played with 1,233 unique characters. That's crazy. So yeah, these are the usual people I play with. And then these two are my brother, so that makes sense. That makes sense that I would play with my brother. Share your recap. Cool. Well, that's cool. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I found that interesting. I like doing I like looking at the recaps myself, and you know, if you're watching this video, you must be interested in other people's World of Warcraft, so maybe that was interesting for you. Otherwise, I guess I will see you guys next week for hopefully some fat, juicy vaults. With it being the new season, you know, maybe I always say this, maybe I can do other videos, additional videos. So I guess we'll see. Again, I haven't really gotten any comments for what I should do, so maybe I'll just do my own thing. Maybe I'll do just like record a dungeon and just maybe talk over it, or just maybe stream a dungeon. And if you're lucky enough to catch me online and watch the stream, you can see me do a dungeon. I don't really know. I don't really know what would be best, because streaming, it's kind of like you have to align your time with my time. Whereas if I just recorded it and uploaded it, you can like watch that and pause it and come back, or watch it anytime. You can watch it at 4 in the morning. You can watch it a month later. So maybe that would be the best option as opposed to streaming, because then it's kind of not limited by, you know, your timeline lining up with my timeline. So we'll see. Otherwise, you know, if something cool happens or there's some cool stuff, you know, maybe I'll talk about it or throw it in a video. I don't really see the point of doing news videos or doing guides, because there's tons and tons of WoW creators who kind of do stuff like that already, and they're very good at it. So it's kind of like a saturated space, and I don't really know what unique stuff I would bring to the table. I guess unless you just like the way I explain things, or you like, you know, no offense to Dratnos or Hazel, but they don't say naughty words. So I could do a boss guide and I say stuff like fuck or cock or George Bush did 9/11 and stuff like that, because this isn't my main job. So I don't care if my video gets demonetized, because they aren't even monetized to begin with. So maybe that would be interesting. Maybe you'd want to just see WoW content, and I could just make it as unadvertiser friendly as possible, but still informative. Maybe that would be interesting. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. It'll be a busy week for me. Again, because I'm trying, you know, it's a new season. Trying to get some gear. Trying to get some vaults. Trying to get some IO. Trying to get some characters up and running. But yeah, in a week or two, you know, once that all starts to slow down and I actually have some IO established, and, you know, the pugging is a little smoother, a little easier, you know, maybe more videos to come. So I've rambled plenty. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your views. Hope you have a great start of the season. Hope you have fun in the Faded Raid. Hope you have fun with no changes in PvP. I hope you have fun with the new dungeons. I hope you have fun with no changes in the outdoor world. No changes in any content other than Mythic Plus and Raid. Be careful about reading too much about Dragonflight, because it still is alpha, so 99% of the stuff is probably going to change. So don't get too into those little blurbs of Dragonflight news. Just be warned, it's alpha, very, very malleable. But yeah, thank you so much. Until next time, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yep. Awesome. Thanks. Bye. Cool. Bye.